Hi.
Hi. It's been a few years.
Seems like some waves parted.
A few.
What was revealed? What is revealed when the waves part?
Love.
Will you show this to the camera? Because I've got in my mind to do a series of before and afters. So it's one thing to say love, but to actually be love.
Occasionally I don't feel love.
Yeah, me too.
You too?
Yeah. It's deeper than a feeling. So there's a feeling that's in alignment with it, and that's beautiful. Like when the full moon aligns with the earth. So that's beautiful. But that's the very nature of feelings and experiences. Sometimes they're out of alignment. But what are they in alignment with or out of alignment with? That's what love is.
It's easy up here to be me.
It's natural.
Sitting next to you being you.
It's natural.
It's natural.
And that's really what we have to offer each other. If you can be really who you are with someone else, nothing has to be said. I mean, you can be talking about a grocery list, and there's a permission, there's a confirmation to be yourself.
Sometimes I have thoughts, though.
Me too.
You have thoughts, too.
I'm not anti-thought.
Sometimes the veils, you talked about the veil in the Enneagram retreater. They create clouds between me and who I am. Thoughts of self-hatred, thoughts of I'm not good enough, or judgmental thoughts.
And then what? What's your response to that?
They terrorize me sometimes. I start believing them.
You don't have to.
I can poof them away, the poof thing.
You can poof them away, the thought, and you can, in that, then see what's actually fueling the thought. Where does the thought get its energy? Because you don't want to have this thought of self-hatred, but it's getting its energy from something deeper, which is generally an emotion. Thoughts don't really just arise on their own, although they appear to. And this is scientifically proved. I recently read it. It's a Harvard review that it's actually an emotion that comes first. And very quickly the thought matches that emotion.
It feels fear of survival, letting go of control.
Good.
That's at the center.
Yes.
And then it just springs from there.
That's right.
So it feels deep.
It's deep. It is at the very animal nature
Yes.
of this creature.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when it triggers in, it has a lot of intensity.
That's right.
And it's very believable when it feels so big.
It is believable for millions of years, and then in one lifetime, there's a recognition of, I'm still here. So maybe this survival issue is not really what is forefront in my needs. Maybe I actually need something more than survival. That's actually love. That's yourself. And that's happened in this lifetime. I know from our previous conversation, and I see the results of your investigation and your willingness. And I understand what you're saying. There's still these thoughts that have this power.
I feel walls, lack of trust in myself and others. It blocks me from feeling connected with people.
Doesn't really.
I feel alone.
I want you to know it doesn't really block you. The experience is it blocks you. but it doesn't really block you. Nothing blocks you.
My love peeks out, takes a peek out of behind the curtains once in a while. And I connect with people, who they are and who I am.
Much more,
and
right?
then it's much more. And
So that's very important to have
more.
that perspective.
Yeah, much more.
And so what makes that much more than before?
Well, you're a nice influence.
Yeah, but I'm not there. So what have you gotten from me that helps?
It's a transmission. I know you told others there's nothing up here. You're transmitting now. I know you don't believe that.
Oh, I'm not doing it.
Well,
I understand what you're saying.
From you.
It is exactly what you were saying. I'm just being myself.
It's all that I want.
Right, which is to be yourself.
And sitting next to you, I find it easier to be myself.
That's why we have satsang. That's why we come together. That's allowed.
Yeah.
That's okay. But what I want to really point to is that at any moment in the most severe experience of blockage, you have the choice to say, what is still here? Deeper than feelings, deeper than my experience of this blockage, deeper than these thoughts, deeper than what I think I know. What is still here that is always here? And that's yourself.
And then when the veils come up,
What is still here?
who I am.
Right. So then at that point, there's a choice. Do I go to war with the veils? Do I start telling a tale of how I've lost my love? Do I start a discussion about the veils? Or do I let my attention drop into who I am, what is still here? That's the choice. And it's huge. It's simple, but it's huge.
I've done both choices.
Yeah.
It feels better. It feels more relaxing to let go.
Yes, at the very least.
To be with what I am.
That's right.
And then the ego kicks in. I need more of this, that. Or I need a relationship, money.
Then what?
Then I'm on a wild goose chase to find relationship, money, and things I want.
And in that, you betray the relationship you have with what you love the most.
Which is
with
me.
what money will give you, which is security, which is what relationship will give you, which is connection, which is yourself.
It's always back to myself, which is a little frustrating.
Yeah, that's somehow the mystery and the paradox and the resolution. Because we think we know who we are, and it's not enough. Oh yeah, that, but no, I need other, or I need this or that experience, whatever.
And the more I feel the need, like neediness would be the word, the more people back away, back off.
Oh, of course.
So
they don't want to it's contagious.
It's like a disease. They don't want to catch it.
Just like this is contagious. That's contagious too. And so that can be a really great reflection when you see people backing up. It's like, whoa, what am I transmitting here? Oh, neediness. Okay, so then rather than discussing the neediness and how to take care of it and you shouldn't be transmitting it or whatever, just open to the neediness, just like the fear. Just open to it. In this moment, can you feel it?
Neediness?
Mm-hmm. If you conjure up a past trigger for it.
I felt it yesterday. Neediness for touch, to cope.
So where is that? See,
it's in my hands. I want to touch humans, like a hugging.
So what would that give you?
Connection, physical connection.
And what would that be a release from internally?
Aloneness.
Okay, so that's it. So the needing to touch, well, it's beautiful. Humans love to be touched. We do need to be touched.
I don't do much touching.
Well, touch more. But first, be absolutely alone. You see, if you were isolated and you couldn't touch, that would be a terrible experience, but there would also be an opportunity there to discover what is deeper than that need, that animal need. What is deeper? And this is what all the great messages from those who have been tortured or isolated or ostracized, the great ones who have found, even in that, this love is here, this fulfillment is here. I am touched by this love. So it doesn't discount the animal need, but it discovers something deeper. Just like you were talking about survival. It doesn't discount the need of the animal to survive, but deeper than that is that which is untouched by the birth or death of this particular animal, and that is who you are.
So let's assume
No,
that's the way.
No, wait. We're on a wrong track now here.
Yeah.
I don't want to theorize about it. I want you to actually experience it. So can you experience that neediness and that loneliness?
Oh, the neediness and loneliness.
Because that's what's avoided in a moment of, I have to touch, and I'm not touching, or you reach to touch and somebody says, back off.
I'm not good enough, they're not going to be interested.
Whatever, yeah.
You want me to get into that?
Yeah, let's bring it to satsang. Let's investigate it together. And be aware of any story you're telling yourself. Maybe you need one to actually generate.
Yeah, I was
the
generating
neediness.
it with a story.
That's good. So you generate it and then you drop the story. So it's just the emotion or just the feeling or the state.
Fear.
Fear, even under neediness. That's right. That's right.
I get scared of death.
That's right.
That's alone. I feel that's a alone experience.
That's right.
I never did it before, but it seems
That's
like I'll
right.
be alone.
Yeah, so alone that nothing is happening. Yeah, that's the invitation.
Terrifying, being
That's
alone.
Of course it's terrifying.
Fear death.
And the invitation is to open to that consciously. To stop resisting it, stop denying it, and recognize that's there, cloaked as neediness or something else, just to be willing to come back to that in this moment and open to this profound, deep, natural fear that's part of the human-animal mechanism.
But Ramana Maharshi, he sat in it on the ground. He laid on the ground when he
You
was
want to
16.
lie down?
If that was going to be the end-all, be-all, I'd lie down.
Well, there are no deals made in
We
this.
can't make a deal.
He had no idea what was going to happen when he lay down.
He wanted to fully experience
Exactly.
death.
That's the invitation.
I've done some of those. I didn't come out like Ramana Maharshi.
But more like him than before.
Yeah, more like him before.
That's right. So I see a profound shift in
I
you.
feel a shift. I feel more open, more
So
gentle,
rather,
more kind to myself.
that's right.
That's what I feel.
And that's beautiful. So rather than focusing on what hasn't shifted, give more of your attention to what has shifted, the core of that. And invite the fear into that without your figuring out what needs to happen or how long or when it should happen. Just, yes, you're already aware of it. That's beautiful.
Well, sitting next to you, it's hard to be any kind of stressful thought, or you seem.
Oh no, I've heard actually the opposite. Even, up here.
I find there's an opening sitting next to you.
Well, that's beautiful. That's very
I feel
good
I
luck.
open. It's easier for me to open sitting
Good.
next to you.
So then bring everything to this opening.
Bringing the fear and the rage,
Everything.
and
without acting it out, without suppressing it, just
bring
giving it to the opening.
Close
Surrendering.
my eyes,
No, open your eyes.
Open my eyes.
your eyes and surrender your
They're
whole.
distracting from my feet.
Bring that distraction.
Bring the distraction.
Bring it all. The totality of the universe into the opening of your heart. And see then, is there really any separation?
It's easier if I close my eyes.
Okay. But don't go into a trance.
Not a trance. I'll come back quickly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just bring it all in. We think our heart is limited because our physical hearts are. Our nervous systems are. But deeper than that, there's this profound recognition that all is already in one's heart. And you are that one. This body is in that, these feelings are in that, thoughts are in that, these others are in that. But you can't force it. It's really an invitation. I mean, you can try to force it, but that's the same old way. It's an invitation, a willingness. And a willingness to stop keeping score on how much is not corrected. Yes, but, I'm still at time to just forget that scorekeeping. That's a trick of the mind. And that feeds into the side that hasn't shifted. Just let it be what it is. And just invite it in to the space, the spaciousness.
It kind of disappears. It can't stay.
It's liberated.
Yeah,
it's liberated. It's very good news. It's so beautiful. Show them. This is so beautiful.
I enjoy being who I am.
Yes. What a surprise, huh?
It takes a lot of work. The other's very dense energy.
Oh,
it's very dense.
It's a practice.
It's a practice.
It's a practice. It's a religion. It's a mashugana. It's everything. This is no thing. This is lightness and space and nothing happening. That's right. This is who you are. And this is always here. And the other appears in it. Let it appear and just invite it in. Invite it in. Open your heart. Then you're giving satsang to yourself. You're offering satsang to all aspects of yourself, rather than punishing and trying to get rid of and kick out and fix up.
Do you remember me? I was the one with bipolar, mood swings.
I remember. It was quite intense.
And then you said God likes medication too. She does like medication too.
Yes, medication is a great blessing from God.
So I take medication and moods come and go. So it's I guess that's what we're talking about here. Underneath all is me.
Yes.
And then there's a few tidal waves,
Yeah.
few waves come through.
That's right.
Depression, anxiety, fear.
Yeah.
Rage.
There's the animal creature, and all of us have our
Anxiety.
particular dysfunctions. And some of them are really extreme dysfunctions. I'm not saying yours is. Some people really are extreme.
Right.
And still they too can discover what is always
Because my biggest fear was I thought enlightenment wasn't my path anymore because my brain was off kilter permanently.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with your brain.
It has
really.
nothing to do with my brain.
Just like if you broke your arm, it's like, oh God, I lost enlightenment because I'm not a super human being. I'm not totally pure. There's a pin in my arm, so that means I can't conduct the energy of the Supreme. And it's like,
You know what I find is a stressful thought is wanting to be awake.
yeah.
I'm sure someone has had this in this room, that thought. That's a stressful thought.
Yeah.
That's saying it's not okay to be not awake.
Listen,
realized
you
that.
can't not be awake.
Well, to pretend you're not awake.
That's right.
That
It's all
not
stressful.
okay to-
It's all stress. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with stress either. As an animal, we actually function by stimulus or stress and then periods of relaxation. It's just when it's all out of balance.
Am I awake and still bipolar at the same time?
Bipolar is about your brain,
And awake is
about your
who
soul,
I am.
the truth of yourself.
And they have nothing to do with each other.
They're totally connected, but one is free and one is mechanics and infused.
Awake is always there.
Yes.
Even whatever condition is there.
Right.
I wasn't sure about that one.
Now you're sure.
I feel confirmation.
Good. Good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So glad to see you like
Nice
this.
seeing
Glad
you.
you're taking your medicine. It's good.
Medicine's good.
It's a good dosage. It's
Thank
good.
you. Good dose.
We have so many superstitions, just passed down, often by religions, East and West. Just superstitious thinking.